My name is Gary Pruitt. I worked for the City of Tampa Police Department for 25 years. My brother had just started on the police department in 1986, and when I was old enough to apply, I applied for the City of Tampa Police Department. I started out in the patrol division like every officer, and then I went to the Quad Squad, which is the Quick Uniform Attack on Drugs. Then I was the SAC Corporal, and then I was the ROC Corporal, Rapid Offender Control Corporal, and then I was the Midnight Corporal just prior to retiring. On election night, immediately after the results came out, and I saw that Jane Castor and David Straz were in a runoff, within mere seconds, I got my phone and emailed the David Straz campaign to tell them that it's not right, the credit that she's taking for the crime reduction, and that I'll do absolutely anything I can to help his campaign. She almost won the whole thing. And it just told me that the citizens of the city aren't paying attention to their elected officials and know what they're actually doing with stats and crime numbers and how we're patrolling their neighborhood. When we used to investigate crimes, they were one for one, meaning your car got broken into, we came out, we wrote a report. If your neighbor's car got broken into, when I was done with one car, I'd come over to your house or their house and I would investigate that crime. So then I would have two crimes. Later in my career, we changed the way we reported crime. Basically what we did was we merged them together. Your car got broken into, your neighbor's car got broken into, my partner writes a report, everybody on my squad writes a report, everybody would be a victim, but we would make that one report. The lieutenant then looks them over and says, which one can we make the same? The sergeant gets the report, the sergeant then edits those reports and ships them on to the lieutenant. Something has to happen with those report numbers, so the records division cancels those report numbers. When Jane Castor she was my major at the time, but she said, here's what happened, was we were involved in a car pursuit, northbound or southbound on 40th Street from Bush Boulevard. I had an in-car camera, and other members of my squad were involved in the car pursuit. I was able to videotape the pursuit, and what happened was the bad guy started to slam his vehicle into members of my squad. This was all caught on tape. Jane Castor, the very next day, came to my squad and says she inactivated that crime or that report because the guy was just trying to get away. She then went further to say that if you're chasing a guy down the street on foot and you chase him down an alleyway and there's a dead end and he turns around and starts to fight with you, it's not battering on a law enforcement officer, he's just trying to get away. That's disgusting because those cops are putting their lives on the line just for an administrator to inactivate that. Honestly, I believe she told us that because that was her leeway to basically let us know that, hey, crime was going to be reported in a different way. And we weren't going to do, like I keep saying, the one-to-one crime. We were going to look at every crime and see what we could maybe inactivate, delete, get away with, or whatever. What that means to the average citizen when they consolidate crime is you're going to get less police service. Your police service is going to go elsewhere in the city that has crime that they couldn't make disappear or merge. So you're going to walk out of your house assuming everything's fine, your car's going to be there, it's not going to be broken into because you looked it up. Statistically, you looked it up, and this is the safest, whatever part of the city, that's the safest place in the city. Then you're going to walk out there again, every third day, every third week, you're going to see there's another crime in your neighborhood. Not only did she merge reports to make the crime rate go down, they also went as far as auto burglaries. Let's say you walk out of your house and you say, my car was broken into. How do you know your car was broken into? Well, I walked out and the center console was open. Okay, is anything missing? I don't know. I'm late for work. I have no idea. I'm sure there was something in there, but they opened up my center console. All right, sounds like an auto burglary to me with attempted theft. That's 25 years of experience saying that's an auto burglary with attempted theft. Once it hit the top floor of that Police department, that's a trespass. Look what we just did. Did away with an auto burglary, didn't even try. We're great. Is that deceiving the public? Absolutely it's deceiving the public. You have a right as a citizen who votes for these public officers to be able to trust them. And I can tell you right now, you cannot trust Jane Castor.